Hi, I'm definitely not Lan, and you're watching me do Aberrus the Shadowed Crucible on normal difficulty in order to gear up my druid so I can pug my way to 2.8k rating. Alright, we joined a group that is at Amalgamation Chamber, so we won't be getting Kazara loot, but I'm okay with that. We can always do another run where we just do Kazara, try to find a fresh run. I just realized that my microphone's been muted, and I haven't said a goddamn thing. Okay, tank needs to do the swap, there we go. Yeah, luckily P1 in this on normal for this fight is very easy, so there's not much to really commentate about. The tank swap is basically when one guy gets hit by the withering something, the other tank has to taunt off of them and get hit by the frontal cone. The group needs to send those all around the room. I need a taunt now. There we go, very good. Oh, I got hit by a tornado that I didn't see because it was right behind the boss. I'm going to give everyone movement speed. There's a couple of melee people that aren't walking into the soak. Everyone and their mom should soak for that one. I don't know why this person received a blessing of protection. There's no physical damage happening to them.
Defensive.
Use my defensive. There's the cone. There's these little things. I just realized there's no soaks on normal. There's on heroic there's soaks, and on mythic there's soaks, obviously. There's small soaks that you need to do that do raid damage if nobody soaks them. It's a one-person soak. Okay. Withering vulnerability is happening soon. I need a taunt in this direction. There's nobody behind me. Now we need to soak these. Hopefully the other tank has his thing available where he can give us movement speed. He doesn't. We really shouldn't stand in that. It hurts, even on normal. This is far enough away. Okay, I'm going to get hit by Withering Vulnerability. He's going to taunt off me. Very nice. Raid tanking is a little bit boring, if you ask me. Not as much to do as there is in Mythic Plus. It's also slower paced because it's pull by pull. There are some very interesting and very intense boss fights though for raids. Like Rashok's, for instance, very fun because it's fast paced. Go. Hopefully we got hit by that. I'm gonna give people movement speed. I'm gonna use survival instincts there because please soak. Stop ignoring it. Yeah, we got killed there because people didn't soak. There was a bunch of melee right there that just weren't soaking. 5 million damage with just a few people alive. Let's see if this pug group manages to pull it off. That was through survival instincts, by the way. I got my ass handed to me. It's 2 healers, 3 DPS, and a tank. Boss is managing to survive withering vulnerability. Hopefully he doesn't soak. Yeah, he soaked, so he got one shot because he had withering vulnerability on it. But we got the kill. Wow, what an epic kill. The other boss says clean. Okay, so we have 4 groups of people but 3 pieces of loot, so somebody's locked out. The way it works is basically for every 5 people in your raid group, there is 1 piece of loot. If somebody's locked out and has already looted that boss, you get 1 less piece of loot. This is an off-spec thing for me. I'm going to greed on it. I'm going to transmog roll and greed roll on that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll let the other tank take the stacks at the beginning. Then at about 5 stacks, we're going to switch. Okay, 6 stacks is fine. Let's clear. No reason for him to deal with the stack damage. Rending charge going out. People are spreading out in weird directions. What you're supposed to do is basically form a triangle where there's nobody else in the triangle or in the lines between the players being targeted. The other tank taunted off me for no particular reason, so we accidentally cleared. I don't think this other tank knows exactly what's going on in this fight, but we'll see. Luckily it's 2 bear tanks, so I can just look for the other bear and clear on the bear. He's at 10 stacks. I'm going to go ahead and get hit, clear, so he doesn't die from the bleed. Okay, this is going to be all over the room because people don't know what to do. Okay, this is LFR all over again, isn't it? Luckily, on normal mode, the whatchamacallits, the bleeds do go away after a point, so it's not a big deal that people have a bunch of bleeds all across the room. I would really like it if the other tank taunted. He did taunt. Hopefully he gets auto-attacked. I'm not gonna... Okay, he got auto-attacked. We can clear. Very nice. Okay, I wasn't stuck with 7 stacks. I'm gonna let him take the aggro. There we go. It looks like he did take the aggro. Nobody else has it. Never mind. There's a guy who has it. Clear with Shaman. He should clear with the Shaman. Clear with Shaman. I'm gonna tell him. I'll just taunt off him because he's not gonna clear off the Shaman, is he? Just gonna... The Shaman, Stanley, where is Stanley? We're going to walk into him and clear with him. We're gonna have 2 stacks of the raid fight debuff, but I don't want Stanley to have that bleed debuff and randomly do it at a worse time. Healing isn't that intensive for this fight, so it doesn't really matter. He's trying to rip aggro off me. I don't know if he tried to taunt or something, but I just popped all my cooldowns. I can take a bunch more hits. It's no biggie. Okay, I think he taunted off me. I'm not sure. Yes, he did. We're going to clear. Okay, a bunch of swirlies. Let's see where he takes him. He takes him over there. Okay, I'm going to just get hit once so that we have something to clear off of once this boss is dead. There we go, he did it. Hopefully the boss dies and they don't get too many stacks. That's good. Got a movement speed increase from the other tank. I'm going to spam taunt. I just want to make sure nobody but me and the other tank gets hit. There we go. I don't trust the other tank to do that successfully because last time a Shaman ended up getting hit. The Shaman ended up getting hit again. We're going to clear on Stanley. There we go. That ended up working out perfectly because the other tank taunted right as he wanted to clear with me. There we go. Once the raid-wide debuff goes away, so this debuff, I'm going to go ahead and clear. I'm going to give people movement speed to get out of that. That guy's going the wrong way. I guess he just likes to take damage. He's a big tanky boy. I'm going to go ahead and take aggro so we can get hit, and then I can clear with the druid. There we go. Fight's very, very easy on normal. Honestly, this raid is pretty easy overall on normal. Even on heroic, it's surprisingly doable. Sarkareth is a bit of a bitch on heroic, but on normal, everything's pretty freaking easy. Gotta admit. There we go. We have a taunt swap, and the tank cleared on me. That's very good. He's going down the middle. I don't care where these orbs go. Now I do care because he's going down the middle again, so we just got to keep these orbs away from where he's going to eventually end up. The other tank has 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, 5. I don't have to clear stacks with him again before the boss dies. There's a lot of people who are locked out. We're going to need on the essence, or we're going to greed on these other 2 things. Alright, we're getting ready to pull Assault of the Zakali. Now, for this fight, it's mostly like, it feels like a giant trash fight. Basically, the boss hops between these platforms, and you want to focus your DPS on the boss. While the boss is not there, you want to focus your DPS on the Mystics. The Mystics have a shield. Once you break that shield, you can switch to the boss. If the boss is there and the Mystic still has the shield, well, first of all, good luck. But second of all, keep focusing the Mystic. There's rocks that periodically appear after the boss does his slam attack. You grab those rocks and you look for Pillage of Light on the edge, and you use those to knock off enemies. Well, you use the rock, the extra action button you get from the rock, to knock enemies off the side of the wall. And that way you reduce the amount of enemies that you have to fight. Which is very, very important. People usually hesitate to do it because then they can't mash their buttons. Off he goes. I'm on the close side. The raid lead assigned me to be on this side as the tank. He's gonna go to the far side. See how my side fares. As a tank, your job is to group all of these enemies, make sure none of them get to the door, because if they get to the door, like that one almost sneaked by me, if they get to the door, they'll do a lot of raid-wide damage when they hit the door. So you absolutely categorically cannot let any of them through. Okay, some more ads, the obsidian guards. They're tough bastards. Nothing too scary for my item level in a normal raid. I'm 415 right now, so this is pretty easy. For me, this fight always feels like it takes forever to do, though. I don't know why. It just feels like a very long fight. Even though it isn't, it's just as long as the rest of the raid, really. There's nothing particularly longer about this fight. I just feel like its groups tend to focus on just doing as much AoE damage as they can instead of actually focusing on killing the targets they need to kill. So the boss is jumping over now. Hopefully people stay on the Mystic and don't immediately switch to the boss. Okay. The Mystic has indeed had its shield broken. My job right now is to keep Cagney facing towards the outer wall because he does this. Okay, here comes the rocks I was talking about. I'm going to grab one, you get an extra action button, and you drop it down on the side. There's 2 rocks over there. I guess I'm just going to go do the job. Oh, wow, 2 people went and grabbed the rocks. That's amazing. The second time Cagney uses that slam, he will then move to jump to the other side.
Defensive.
Okay. I'm going to grab another one of these. I'm going to give people movement speed. I'm going to go and drop one of these off the side of the wall. Somebody else is grabbing the rock. He threw it at the wrong spot. That's okay. We'll grab another one of these cave rebels and we'll drop it on this guy's head. Oh, we got him just as he jumped up. Does he spawn in? No, he disappears. Okay, cool. New guards, so we didn't have any extra wall climbers, we just have the guards. Now there's a Mystic coming. We want to fight the Mystic, or we want to focus the Mystic. I'm saving my incarnation here because I don't know when we are going to switch to the boss being in the middle. I'm just making sure that I tag all of these mobs. There we go. The boss is at, I can't tell what percent. He's going to the middle, so we're going to start moving towards the middle. I don't have movement speed to give my friends, but hopefully they follow along. There we go. Now we pop all our cooldowns. The other tank is gonna take the first flaming cudgel. I think he can take 2. Here you spread out so the circles don't overlap on other people. And now groups 1 and 3 soak. And then groups 2 and 4 soak. I'm going to taunt off him so he doesn't take an extra cudgel while he still has the debuff.
Defensive.
Didn't really need a defensive for that. Now groups 2 and 3 soak.
Help so.
Oh, I guess it's normal, so there's no debuff from soaking, so everyone should soak. That's my bad. I just completely misinterpreted that because
Spread.
on heroic you oh, we definitely have to let people get 2 stacks. That's my bad. I guess you swap on 2 stacks, not on 1 stack. My bad, other tank, but I'm just not used to doing normal. Maybe it's like that on heroic too. I've never really noticed until now.
Help so.
I guess we soak and then finish it off. So that was my mistake. Anyway, my bad. I did some things wrong in that fight, which is everyone should soak on normal because there is no debuff from soaking, so you can just keep soaking every single time. And also, the same tank should tank the slam 2 times in a row, and then the other tank takes it. That was my bad. I should not have swapped after the first hit. So in this boss fight, there is a very intense tank swap. Well, not very intense. More intense than the other bosses, that's for sure. Where he does three attacks. There's 2 types of attacks. If he does the same attack twice on a tank, that tank is very likely dead. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that you swap before the other tank is hit twice by the same type of attack. Also, these circles, they can't overlap, so when the DPS is taking those away from the group, they should make sure that they don't put it on another one of these, otherwise there's a lot of raid-wide damage that happens. And by a lot, I mean you're probably going to wipe if that happens. Like, it's hasta la vista, baby. Earth and Crush, I need a taunt, I need to use a defensive because I'm getting hit by 2 of these. All's well. First taunt swap is successful. Now there's a bunch of these small soaks. I'm going to give people movement speed so they can go and do the soak. Okay. I guess that works. That was unconventional. Usually you swap before the second hit of the same type happens, but that doesn't matter too much. Hopefully this person doesn't stack it. He stacked it. That person should get kicked from the raid. Let's see if we can survive this. I'm going to use my heal. It looks like this is easily survivable on normal, but yeah, you really don't want to stack those. Let's see, the tank combo's happening. Flaming, Earthen, and then I'll do another one, a taunt before Flaming again, and we're good. Just let the tank deal with that. Okay, please don't put it in the middle of the room. Good, that's good. The next thing is Shadow Lava Blast, which you don't want to stand in because you'll probably get one shot, and then after that, he's supposed to go into the middle. There we go, very nice. And now here comes the heal check. So here you want to use, usually you want to use your defensive cooldowns as a DPS. As a tank, you don't really give a shit about this phase. Like, it's completely meh. You don't need to use anything. Maybe your offensive cooldowns you can use, but there's no need. Okay, let's see. The other tank seems to have aggro, so we'll see where the other tank takes him. Or do I have aggro? I have aggro, so we're going to take him over here. Okay. See, there's a Searing Slam. Let's see who it goes on. It goes on that person. That person is not going to stack it, so that's wonderful. We're going to make him run over back to us over here. And there's going to be a big soak. Hopefully enough people go into the soak. And use a bark skin here, because I don't know how many people are going to be in there. But we also have an anti-magic zone, so that's good.
Defensive.
I'm going to use my defensives. And the other person taunted. Very good. He wants to move it just a little bit, that's fair, so we have more room. And give people movement speed so they can go soak. There we go. Everyone's soaking. Wonderful. I got the taunt off because the DBM lady told me to. I honestly wasn't paying attention. If the DBM lady hadn't said taunt boss, that other tank would have been getting a battle res, let's put it that way. Okay. We have a charge smash. I'm going to move him towards the range so that they can more easily get into the soak. I'm going to use a bark skin. Okay. I'm going to tilt them this way again so that the melee can do their thing. Alright, the tank did the swap. Very good. And that's rinse repeat, that's the whole fight. Now there's going to be a Shadow Lava Blast after this. This guy really should have moved some more. Here comes the Shadow Lava Blast. And the other boss, or the other tank, needs to take him into the middle. Into the middle. There we go. I taunted off him just to get him into the middle more quickly because I was getting worried that he was going to fill energy. When his energy bar fills, it's basically, you're dead. Unless he's at like 500k health, you're probably going to die. And moving him into the center drains his energy. After Shadow Lava Blast, he's usually very high on energy, so that's the perfect time to take him away from the, to take him into the middle. A lot of rangers standing over there. They shouldn't be standing over there. They should be around here. They should have repositioned during the intermission, but that's okay. Please don't stack it. They didn't stack it. That's wonderful. We're going to get a charge smash. I'm going to point that at the range so they have an easier time to get into the soak. None of them are getting into the soak. Some of them are getting into the soak. That's good. There were a lot of people in that soak. That's very good. I'm going to pop Survival Instincts here so I can take this nice and easy. Okay, the other tank taunted off me. That's fair enough. I don't know where we're moving, but that's okay. Here come the little soaks. Gave movement speed to everyone. For some reason, there's a Holy Paladin that keeps giving the tank a bob. I don't even know what happened there. I was a little confused by the bob. But I guess it's all these new Holy Paladins that keep giving bobs to tanks when they really shouldn't. Okay. Very nice. Bit of a bullet hell here.
Help so.
Big soak. I think the boss is dead here in a second. Okay. What a nice fight. I like Rashok. Rashok is fun. Oh, we get 4 pieces of loot. 3 of them are rings. Okay, crit versatility versus my other ring is also crit versatility, but I like the versatility more. And I'll need roll on it because it's 2 out of 8. I'll need roll on all 3 of them. Hopefully I get one of them. Yay, I got one of the rings! So, this mage keeps doing a prayer for the boss, then the other tank, then me. I like it, that's kind of funny. Alrighty, we're getting started with Zaskarn.
4, 3,
And I'll let the other
2,
tank lead.
1.
Oh, there he goes. Okay. I'm not going to use anything. Once he reaches 9 stacks, I'm going to taunt off him. Not yet, DBM lady. 9 stacks is when I taunt. There we go. Just going to move him away from the traps. So melee have a spot to DPS from. Move closer to him when he does blast wave so that when I get knocked back, I'm already basically where I need to be. And I'm going to get taunted off here soon. There we go, he taunted. We're getting the animate thing. I do believe we're also going to get bombs soon. Yep, I'm going to grab the bombs. Taunt off the boss. I'm going to pop all my cooldowns because I have the 2 bomb debuffs. Blast wave, that's okay. I want to get blasted further back so that the DPS has room to use that. Okay, I think the tank went to grab one of the things. We're going to give everyone movement speed and run away from that. This guy taunted off me. Somebody, I don't know if they intentionally or accidentally picked that up. I'm going to run over there while the tank is tanking. Quickly grab this bomb. I'm gonna run back. There we go. And I can taunt off the boss because my stacks have gone away. Ooh, almost got pushed into the lava there. Would be good if people use the things to remove the stuff. Animate golems. This tactical destruction is happening soon. There's gonna be another trappy trap thing. Okay, I got taunted off. Are there any bombs up? It doesn't look like there's any bombs up. I don't see them at least. I'm a little scatterbrained here because I'm trying to take a look at the situation and see what's happening. Okay, I'm going to grab these. Okay, somebody else grab them. I need to taunt off the boss. I need to give movement speed and get everyone out of here. To the other side, people need to start using the things. Okay. Tank him in here. The other tank should take aggro here. There we go, he took it. Very good. Going to grab this. I'm going to grab the one behind. Okay, Tutis took it. Position right over here. Want to keep him there because where he's standing is where he's going to activate the traps. So we want to make sure he activates the ones around the corner of the room and not anywhere else. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. 12 stacks, that's not too bad. Need to move the boss because new traps are being activated. I'll keep the boss right here though. Dragonfire traps that need to be deactivated. I'm going to grab this damn thing. I can't seem to grab it. Okay, boss taunted off me, or the tank taunted off me. Blast wave. Let that move us to the other side. It gave movement speed. That'll help. I'll lose a debuff soon. Okay, I'm gonna keep him here. Can activate that, that, and that. So that's what he's going to activate. Pop all my cooldowns. Someone seems to have died and got battle rest. Okay, they taunted off me. A random person has a bop on him. That was the blast wave. Really shouldn't be moving it away from here.
Taunt boss.
Top boss. Tactical destruction coming in soon. It'll give us some movement speed once it does.
Watch your step.
There we go. Go to the other side of the room. Boss should be dead soon. Pick up some of those bombs. Gonna go over there. Pick up another bomb. There's a paladin going to get it. That's fine. I'm hoping that the boss dies soon. People are not using the thingy thing to clear the traps. They're just killing the golems, but they're not using the things to clear. And the boss should be dead here, so it doesn't really matter. We had enough of the room left to finish him off. Oh, my freaking microphone was muted again. Yeah, but this boss is a loot pinata. Basically, what you do is you stand there and you beat the shit out of it. We're gonna get knocked back here. We're gonna position in such a way that we get knocked back into the core of the room. This moves the boss a little from the marker where we wanted people to stack, so we're gonna move the boss a little bit back so that people can stack neatly for this. Every time the boss does incinerating thingy thing, it gives you 3 stacks of incinerating maws. Okay. Oh! Oof, people almost... Whew! That was a little spicy. Are people gonna stand in the breath? They're gonna stand in the breath. That's actually genuinely hilarious. I'm gonna use the healing debuff. Other tank just got hit by incinerating maws, so we're going to grab aggro back. We're gonna move this a little bit closer so Melee can also stack for the green marker for the pools. When you get the big circle, basically you just stack. And this is tactics for normal, I should point out. Let's see, all of the small soaks have been soaked. That's good. Oh, let's see what this guy does with the pool. He goes and he stands in a random spot. Life grip him, rescue him, someone, something. What is he doing? Then he walks out of it instead of soaking it. There's always one guy, isn't there? There's always one guy in your normal or in LFR. God forbid, in LFR there's a lot more than just one guy. But there's always someone who's just derping around, doesn't know what the heck is going on in the fight.
Taunt boss.
But oh well, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna get all the loot from the loot pinata, so it really doesn't matter. Just gonna quickly grab this. And once that's moved, I'm going to go ahead and move the boss back so people can stand on the green marker. They should move off the marker. I'm gonna help them soak that. There we go. Incinerating maws happened. Other things should slightly move the boss so that people can stack on green marker without putting the thing under the boss, because that's giving him energy. Here comes overpowering roar. We're gonna get knocked back. We're gonna charge back in as druids. That's really nice and easy with wild charge. Yeah, this boss is definitely just a loot pinata. Like, you just stand there and beat the crap out of it until it drops its loot. That being said, I've seen people wipe to it. I've definitely seen people wipe to it. 100%.
Breath incoming.
Oh, look at that coordination. They moved out of the breath, all of them, the ones with the soak at least. Very cool, very cool. Super exciting gameplay. I feel like Magmarax got changed last second and it ended up being a super easy fight. On Mythic, it's pretty rough. Like, on Mythic, it's genuinely a pretty rough fight. Like, it's a really big heal check, I think. But on Heroic and normal, and
Taunt
it's
boss.
pretty much a loot pinata. Like, you kill it and you get your loot. I keep saying that loot pinata, but it's such a funny phrase, isn't it? A loot pinata?
Breath incoming.
I genuinely have nothing to say. I'm just gonna sit here and beat the crap out of this boss until it dies.
AoE incoming.
Let me grab that. Ideally, as a tank, you wouldn't have to soak those, but there's not many people moving to grab the little soaks. But, oh well. Oh, hey. Hey, we killed the loot pinata. What is this? A headpiece. I'll take a headpiece. Oh, are we actually gonna win it? Am I gonna get loot from the loot pinata? If I say loot pinata one more time, somebody is going to stab me. Okay, we're getting ready to do Echo of Neltharion. Generally a pretty easy fight on normal, as long as people know what to do, which is, I mean, as long as people know what to do on any fight in normal, it's pretty easy. It's not exactly difficult. It's not meant to be difficult. Okay, the other tank is starting off, so hopefully he... Let's see how many people stand at the wrong spot. The goop standing at the wrong spot. Fair enough. Tank is going to get knocked back and break those walls. I'm going to taunt off him once he does that. So Calamitous Strike, I taunt. I take the boss here into the corner of the room so that we have the most room possible. Oh, there's the echoing thing. We got movement speed from the other tank or one of the druids. I don't know why everyone is at half health, but oh well. Now I have to stand in such a position that I get knocked back into those walls and break them, so that we can progress to the next area. Once this one gets taken up by that circle, at 60%, this stops happening. There we go. Still haven't used any of my cooldowns. I'm gonna stand over here and just spam Moonfire until everyone gets it. Shaman used those stingy things with the stuffy stuff. The Windrush Totem. You really need to move him some more, but okay. Let's see. Old Melis. He's a bit too old to be raiding. He's fell asleep at the wheel. Calamitous Strike. Taunt off him so that the zone starts here. We're gonna give people movement speed. Once he does this, let's go. Movement speed, get everybody out of here. Into the next zone. There we go. Nice, plenty of room. Gonna use all my cooldowns here. Or all my offensive cooldowns. Incarnation of Ursoc and the Heart of the Wild. Go to town on the boss. He's going to probably transition phase here, 6%. I'm going to charge back. I don't need to break any walls because the phase transition, so we don't need the damage from the wall break to be happening. There's no reason for it. Here we want to make sure that the ad is being focused down. I'm going to switch to the ad because I can't tank the boss right now anyway. The other tank should be preparing to break walls. He's going in the other direction. We didn't get enough wall breaks. Hopefully someone with Rushing Darkness does the wall break, otherwise this might end up being quite fatal for the group. Rushing Darkness, nobody's breaking the wall, that's unfortunate. Okay, somebody did break the wall. We're going to give movement speed and move to the next area.
Defensive.
Okay, I don't know if I should be breaking this wall just yet. But I'll go over here and I'll beat the crap out of this, because the other ad still needs to die. I don't know how much they're dealing to at 54%, so I probably broke the wall too soon here. I'm gonna self-heal. Hopefully no healer is trying to waste their time getting to me. The boss. I don't know. Is he gonna come here or not? Yeah, there we go. Okay, AoE is incoming. Hopefully the healers can handle it. The healers can handle it. That's good. It was more a question of whether or not we would get one shot. Okay, none of the walls were broken unnecessarily. That's good. We don't need any more wall breaks because we got to the third ad. That was a bit of a shit show. I wasn't sure how it was gonna handle it. Okay, tank taunted off me, that's good. people with the circles know that they need to get the hell away from other people. It's not a buff, folks. Okay, just gonna make sure I'm on the same side as the boss. He does bring the walls back down here if you do get hit, so it's not a big deal. I'm not gonna stand in those blue lines, otherwise it gets silenced. Somebody did get stuck on the other side of that. Doesn't matter because the walls do go down. Once the ads come out, somebody's going to Bloodlust. If not, I'm going to say it in the raid chat. Okay, there we go. Somebody did Bloodlust. Very good. Rushing Darkness. I'm going to move away so that it doesn't silence me. I'm waiting for the Calamitous Strike. There it is. We taunt off the boss. Hopefully the guy can survive the ads. Ebon Destruction. I'm going to go off into the far one. Never mind. I'm going to go into this one. The idea is to stand in as many of those as possible. Some people didn't stand in any of them, so they got killed because they don't know what to do, but that's fair. You know, not everyone knows what to do the first time in the raid. It is normal. I don't really care if people don't know the tactics in normal. I'm going to get hit by Calamitous Strike. I'm going to charge back. The reason I moved the boss over here was so that the melee has an easier time getting over to where they need to be. Okay, not as many cleared this time. I think that's because we have a few people dead from the first time. Survival instincts here. Taunt off the boss. Give people movement speed. I'll grab this one that's far away. I'm gonna move him over to where the portals are. Rushing Darkness is coming through. I really want him to move over to where the portals are. There we go. Calamitous Strike. I didn't break any walls. That's good. I managed to charge back fast enough.
Find shelter.
Need find shelter. People are finding shelter. I accidentally stepped forward. I think they can kill it before it matters, but Jesus Christ, I literally just accidentally held both my mouse buttons and walked forward. I'm getting battle rezzed, going bear form, and I'm going to do nothing because I got silenced immediately. Okay, I'll taunt off the boss, or off the other tank.
Find shelter.
Find shelter, range, take care of it. Okay, boss is dead. Might be at the end there. Accidentally stepped out too soon. Alright, well, we're getting ready to do the second pull of Sarkareth Normal. Well, I don't know why this is so hard. I guess people just haven't done the fight before. Yeah, everyone seems to be ready, so we're going to get going. I'm going to commentate on the tank mechanics that need to be done. As a tank, in P1, you want to swap whenever the other tank gets hit by Burning Claws. Reasoning being, you also want to mitigate as much damage as possible while you have Burning Claws on you. The reason is because the damage you get dealt while you are under the effect of Burning Claws will be later dealt to the raid. The reason you taunt off the second the other tank gets the Burning Claws debuff is so that the other tank takes the least amount of damage possible. Pressing Roar is the knockback that happens at the beginning of the fight. It applies a debuff called the Pressing Roar to you. What the hell? Wait, what's happening right now? Does someone have an Earth Elemental totem up? Dude, God, Jesus fucking Christ, man! Normal raids are such a shit show. I thought LFR was rough, but this is just no better than that. When there's a bunch of people that don't know what the hell is going on. I need to clear on this breath or on the next one. I want to move the boss so that people have room from these bombs that the range keeps dropping on melee. I'll pop all my cooldowns here because I have Burning Claws and I'm being hit at the same time. I need to clear on the next AoE that he does. Does he do one? Mass Disintegrate. I need to stand in that. Hopefully I'm able to stand in that, like so, because I needed to clear. There's Glittering Surge. I'm glad I did clear. I wasn't gonna get another opportunity. But yeah, if you don't clear it, you get stunned, like some of the people in the raid. The HPS is just not there. People should not be dying to that. That's where you pop all your healing cooldowns. Once you reach 10 stacks of Oblivion that he's applying to you right now, you go into the space between stars, or whatever the hell this is called. And here you want to pick up as many of these little stars as you can within a reasonable time frame. Ideally you would pick up 10 and then go and pick up the third big star. In this phase you got to focus on making sure you pick up all these ads, and then when the swirlies drop this blossom, you want to make sure the ads stand in that, because that applies a heal absorption effect to them. They shouldn't get knocked back. They should get AoE CC'd in a way that lets them stay grouped. Sarkareth will target another ranged person and do his breath at them. At the starting point of the breath that's where he is going to spawn the ads. As a tank, when you get this Void Claws debuff, you need to move away from the raid before it expires. Once it expires, what happens is big bada boom like this. Okay, this little blossom ads are going to be in that. I'm going to taunt off the other tank because he got Void Claws. And he needs to be able to move away from the raid. I guess I'll move Sarkareth. That was my bad. I probably should have moved them sooner. There's Void Bombs. Somebody should pick those up. When you get a Void Bomb, you need to go down under. There we go. Somebody picked them up. They need to go under now. I'm going to move away from the group so that when I explode, I don't hurt anyone. Like that. Huh. On the third Void Blossom. Okay, this guy doesn't know what he needs to do with the boss. That's with the bomb, so he just ran into the rest of us and died. Very interesting. I guess he was told to pick up the bomb, so he picked up the bomb and, you know, just died with it. As a tank, when this bit happens, when the position to P3 happens, you want to stack in the middle so that when he does his big, yeah, that thing, there's a spot to stand over there on the red X. I'm going to stand right here and I'm going to charge back at these ads. Nobody should stand in front of the boss in this phase, because they're going to get hit by Void Slash. Now I'm trying to go under before the Void Slash debuff expires. When the Void Slash debuff expires, I explode, dealing damage to the entire raid, no matter how far away from me they are. So I need to go under when it explodes, because it deals less damage. You take less damage when you're underneath. There we go, it has expired. I can now go under. When these Void Winds come, you want to stand in these pillars of light that are produced by the comets that dropped from the transition. Now we want to pop the boss back into the middle. We're getting Void Slashed again. We're going to step away. Get bonked by these swirlies. The reason I'm getting hit by the swirlies is because they give you 5 stacks of Oblivion each, and you need stacks of Oblivion to go into the other phase. Once you go into the other phase, you wait out the bomb. You try to grab as many of these little orbs as you can. Once the bomb debuff expires, you can fuck right off back upstairs. I'm gonna let the other tank handle this next Void Slash. Just need to not stand in front of the boss. I need to taunt the boss now. Tank needs to go stand in swirlies. I see that there are some people who don't know how to go under when they have the bomb in this phase. That guy should have gone into the swirlies, not into the comet AoE thing that drops down. You can stand right here. There's plenty of pillars of light for us to stand in. Since it's normal, it doesn't matter if people are standing in the if one bomb goes off upstairs. Very good. Somebody's sacrificing over there to clear some comets. That's wonderful. Another set of bombs is coming in soon. And another hurtling barrage. Hurtling barrage doesn't really matter in this difficulty. Trying not to eat swirlies for no reason. The good thing is there's nobody standing in front of the boss except for this common. Ascension is happening. Big swirly. I'm just gonna stand in it. Gonna target these guys. To get knocked up, I'll charge them, and I stay where I'm supposed to stay.
Defensive.
There's the Void Slash. I'm going to now stand in swirlies so that I take the bomb away.
Stack high.
And give people movement speed before I go out. Or go down, I should say. I need to taunt the boss, is what it said. Because the other tank has Void Slash. 2, 1. I can come back up, and I need to taunt the boss. Stand in the Pillar of Light. The other boss has gone down, and that is Aberrus the Shadowed Crucible. Very nice. I haven't actually done the first boss, so I don't know how I got the achievement. I'm gonna go and try and get into a group that's doing Khazara, try and get some more Drake Crest fragments, maybe get the cloak from there, or something else.
Taunt boss.
Well, this is off to a great start. We've started off by the raid lead starting the fight while I'm not even there. Yeah, as a tank, Khazara is super easy to deal with. You just taunt swap every time the Terror Claws go off. This DK tank is taunting randomly for no reason, so it's a little bit irritating. So I'm just gonna try and taunt before that lands. When it's my turn to get hit by it, which is right now. I wonder if he's going to let me actually take that hit, or if he's going to taunt her before that hit goes off and kill himself. We'll see. Who knows? You never know. Life's full of surprises, especially when you do LFR. I mean, normal, because apparently there's no freaking difference. If I sound salty, it's because I'm really, really tired right now. I had some rough runs before this, and it took me a very long time to get into this group. And hopefully I don't have to play here for long, and we one-shot this boss, and I can just get my loot and leave. Okay, the DK stopped randomly taunting off me. That's really good. Maybe now I can actually do the boss properly as a tank. But yeah, genuinely, your only job as a tank in this boss fight, on normal, is to just taunt once the tank gets hit by Terror Claws. The DK seems to have figured that out. We're gonna give people some movement speed to get the hell away from me with those freaking pulls. Try not to get hit by those. I don't know what people are doing. People are kind of lost in the sauce. These pulls are ending up everywhere. Waiting for the Terror Claws to go through. Nope. Rays of Anguish is the next thing. There are the Terror Claws. And here come the Rays of Anguish. This is basically, you stand there and do, this is a bigger, actually I just realized this is a bigger loot pinata than Magmorax. Someone actually died on Khazara? How do you die on Khazara? I guess he stood in 2 minutes. Maybe he stood in the breath. That could be it. Maybe they stood in the breath. Why did I get life ripped? What the hell is going on in this boss fight? Why did I get life gripped for no reason? What the hell? Was I standing in something and just oblivious to it? I don't know. But luckily the DPS is really high and we're gonna kill this boss very quickly, and then I can get the hell out of here. Even if I wasn't locked, I wouldn't stay in this group most likely, because Jesus Christ. Here comes the pushback, and here comes the kill. Give me my loot, give me my loot, I want my loot, give me the loot. Okay, wrists, I don't need the wrists because I have crafted ones. I'm going to transmog roll, don't need this, don't need this. No loot for me, but what I did get was some flightstones, right? Hopefully I got flightstones. 45 flightstones and 10 fragments. Okay, get me the heck out of here. So a little recap of our raiding adventure in normal Aberrus, the Shadowed Crucible. The way the raid went was basically we started on the second boss and did everything up to and including Sarkareth. The reason we started on the second boss was because I couldn't find a group that was starting from scratch. The run was pretty good. I think we only wiped twice, and one of them was on trash before Echo because we pulled too much and nobody used Bloodlust and nobody used Interrupts, so the mobs just kept healing themselves and we couldn't survive for long enough to kill the mobs before they killed us. And then on Sarkareth we died because there were quite a few people in the group that hadn't done the raid before. It was obvious from the way they were doing mechanics on other bosses. It happens, people need to learn somehow. It was a little irritating because I just don't like getting my time wasted and it was getting pretty late. It's currently 1:38 a.m. I should be asleep not recording this, but I just wanted to get this done with. As far as loot upgrades from the raid go, we got a tier piece helmet, and we also got, I believe, a ring that is 2 out of 8 champion. Slightly better stats than the ring that we had before. I think that's pretty much it. The rest was flightstones and Drake crest fragments, which is wonderful, that we need plenty of those. We're actually running really low on flightstones. We're actually behind on flightstones, so I might spend a session, some chunk of my time just grinding flightstones in some sort of efficient way. Maybe farming 2 keys would be a good way to do that, because I can just storm through those and you get a good chunk of flightstones at the end of those. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys know a good way to farm flightstones, let me know in the comments. Anyway, I'm trying to decide on what I want to do next on this character. I still need a lot of Drake fragments and I still need a lot of champion loot. I didn't get much luck in the raid, so I don't really know what else to do other than to keep farming 10s. Oh, and another part of the recap is the fact that we also did do Kazara. I managed to find a fresh run after I finished the other 8 bosses. It was a bit of a shit show. The DK, like the first few taunt swaps kind of failed miserably because the DK just kept randomly taunting off me instead of taunting after I get hit by Terror Claws. It was confusing, and the rest of the raid group kind of wasn't really trying their best. They were dropping the pools kind of everywhere, which it doesn't really matter. We shit stomped Kazara and got our loot. Well, I didn't get any loot, but what I did get was the Flightstones and the Drake Crest fragments. So that's as much as I can hope for from Aberrus, it seems. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the recap. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.